What's going on guys, CasualSavage here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create Instagram videos. Now the software I'm using is called Premiere Pro. I'll show you how to make it look like this, where you can choose a different background color, you can choose a photo, or you can use a video. The second way I'm going to be showing you is of course like this, where the video is now full screen, and then of course you've got this little bar going across the bottom here, and of course you've got the subtitles as well. Now I just want to point out there is no right or there's no wrong way to do this, so you can copy what I'm doing, however do experiment and try out what you want to as well, because like I said, there's no right, there's no wrong way, there's just all personal preference. So just to play through what we've got. So I'll show you how to make it look like this. There we go, pretty simple video, and of course this was recorded in 1280 by 720, so it's a perfect rectangle. The first thing you need to do is head over to the top left where it says sequence. From here where it says sequence settings, you want to change this where it says editing mode, select it, scroll to the top and select custom. Now where it says frame size, you want to change this to 1080 by 1080, so it'll look like this. Now you just want to be careful here where it says pixel aspect ratio, make sure it is set to square pixels 1.0 and it will give you a ratio of 1:1. From there you can select OK, and as you can see the video is now square. So this is where you can be a bit more creative in terms of how you want it to look. Number one, you can have the video cover up the entire screen, or two, you can have a different type of background on the video. For example, it's currently set to black by default. You can have a white background, a red background, anything you actually want to. So I'm going to be showing you both ways right now, and it's pretty simple. So the first way I'm going to be showing you is how to change the background color. So first of all, your video, you want to drag that up to video track 2. Then onto the left here, you want to right click, select new item, and then you want to select color matte. And you want to make sure it is 1080 by 1080 and select OK. And I'm just going to put a white color. This is where you can pick any color you want to. And bear in mind, you can change the color anytime you want to. Select OK. I'm going to call this background, and then this is it in your project. Drag and drop this onto video track 1. As you can see, just like that, very simply, we have changed the background of the video. And of course the other way, if you just wanted the video to take up the entire screen, all you need to do is left click on the video, come over to effect controls, which should be at the top left. If not, just select window, workspaces and select editing. And where it says scale, you just want to select this arrow and you can just bring this up. Now obviously you're going to be losing some parts of the video because you need to zoom it in, and of course you might need to reposition it. So I just checked through, I'm pretty much in the center the entire time. However, if you do need to adjust it to the left or the right, where it says position over here, you can adjust them. So you can see, just center it, and if you're too up or down, again pretty simple, you can do that right from here. Now I'm happy with that, and that is all completed. So going in the steps whereby you're going to have the video fully enlarged, what you then want to do, of course, maybe add some subtitles, is in the project again, right click, select new item and select color matte. And again 1080 by 1080, select OK. And this is where you can choose the background color of the subtitles. That's if you want them. To be honest, I just think they are more useful, because then it makes the text stand out a bit more. Now I'm going to leave mine as black, I'm going to select OK, and I'm just going to call this sub back, short for subtitles background, and here it is again in our project videos. I'm just going to drag this onto video track 2, and yes, it's going to take up your entire video, don't worry. Now make sure you're selected on this, come up to the effect control where it says position, and then drag this right one to the right. And of course this is going to be our subtitle bar. It's up to you, there's no right or wrong way how you want this to be. Everyone has their personal choices, so just remember that throughout the entire video as well. So that's now in position, and you want to change the opacity, unless of course again you want to keep a full thick black bar at the bottom. Now the opacity is just here, and I always recommend no less than 65%, and I'm actually going to use 65% so you can see it then gives us this look. So of course the final thing you actually need to do is adding on the text, so just select the type tool here and then just left click and drag out a box. So I'm just going to play through so I know what I actually said. So I'll show you how to make it look like this. Pretty simple. So right now I'm just typing in the text with whatever I said, and then I'm just going to press Ctrl A on my keyboard to highlight it all, and I'm just going to put it a bit smaller for now. And then over here to the left in effect controls again, we get full control over the text. So for example, the font, any font you have downloaded in the past on your computer will be here, and of course there's no right or wrong font to use. Be as creative as you want to. So for me, I'm just going to use Nexa Bold because I like the font. I think it's a clean font to use. Then I'm just going to highlight the text, and I'm going to bring this up. Now it's up to you. You can have the text going across on 2 lines. Again, it's all personal preference. For me, I'm just going to have it just here, and I'm then going to center the text by pressing this button over here to the left. If you want to change the color of the text, by all means, where it says fill, just select this button, and we can go, for example, like a blue, and select OK. That's now changed to a blue. Now select the selection tool and just drag up this box so it matches online with the text size. Then you'll see at the top corner here we've got this circle. Just hold Control, left click, and drag this to the center of the text box right here, and then just hold Control and drag the text down to the center of this box. And just like that, that is now completed. And of course you can add some more stuff to the text, for example a stroke or a drop shadow. However, if you got the background on the subtitles, you wouldn't actually need to add that. But again, there's no right and there's no wrong way. So just to quickly play this through.
So I'll show you how to make it look like this.
There you go, pretty simple. Now the final thing I'm going to be showing you, I'm sure loads of you have seen it, is where a bar is going across the video as the person is talking. This is again very simple to add. First thing we need to do is right click over here and add a new track, which is going to be at the very top. And from here go to the projects again at the bottom left, just right click, select new item, select color matte, select OK. Again, choose any color you want the bar to be. Maybe we'll match the text, so you can select the color picker here, and of course select the text and select OK. And I'll just call this bar, select OK again, and I'm going to drag and drop this onto video track 4. So now I'm going to left click it, and now over here to the top left where it says motion, you want to select the 4 dots over here. So this is what it will look like. What you want to do is uncheck uniform scale. Then what you want to do is just left click from the top and drag it down. As you can see, it's going to create the bar just like this. You can choose how thick or of course how thin you want it. Now you choose where you want to position it, whatever you want to. I'm just going to put it here at the bottom, just above the bar, the text here. Just make sure there's no gaps. You can see there's a gap at the beginning here, very, very small. So all we're going to do here to ensure there are no gaps, just click on it and just drag it out to the side. Now the final thing we're going to be doing is of course making this bar move. So left click the bar again. And what you want to do where it says position is toggle the animation. And this is where you choose where you want the bar to actually come from, the left or the right. So using the left icon here, you can slide it to the right, which will make it come from the right, or you can slide it to the left, which of course will make the bar come from the left. So there you go. You want it to be completely off screen when you are actually going to be doing this. Now come across on your timeline, you just come through halfway on the video so you can still see. Then this left one again, you want to right click and drag it to the right until all of it is on screen, like this, and make sure there's no gaps on either side. This now animation we've created, you want to drag this keyframe to the right, all the way to the end of the clip. Now that is all completed, so we'll play it through.
So I'll show you how to make it look like this.
Pretty simple, and that's the way you can make it look like that. So that's that way. Now I'm going to go to the other way where I was showing you with a background. So we'll just drag this off to the side and we'll make everything go back to normal. Okay, here we are. We've obviously got the white background now. We've still got the blue bar. And I'm going to drag back that subtitle we created. So that is obviously still in a good position. The only thing that's missing now is, of course, you've now got space for a subtitle or for a heading. So just right click, add a track. And this time you can come to the type tool, left click and drag out this. And of course here is going to be your title. I'm just going to left click, drag that out, I'm going to enlarge this. You can then center it again, and if you want to change the color, so I'll just pick a black for this part. Then I'm going to come to the selection tool, right click, holding control and drag this to the center, and the text is now of course centered. So that is it now completed. You've got your title, you've got the bar, you've got the text at the bottom here, and then of course you've got the background, which can be a color, it can be a picture, or it can be a video. It's really that simple. Final things, just to clear everything up, what you want to do is just make sure everything on your timeline is lined up. So where the video ends, that is where everything else needs to end as well. Otherwise, you will get some problems later on in the video. So of course, that part is all completed. The final thing you'll need to do is export the video. So I'm going to press X on my keyboard to highlight the regions we've got here. I'm going to change this back to full, and then we're going to come over to File, Export, Media. Of course, you've got the output name here. You can call it whatever you want to, save it wherever you want to. The format I recommend is H.264. Preset, I always leave it at match source high bitrate. You just want to scroll down, make sure it is at 1080 by 1080, so it does have the correct size here. And then of course, where it says bitrate settings, you can see it is currently set to 10, and at the bottom here it tells us our file size estimation. Now this is only a 2-second clip, so it is obviously going to be a very small file size. The longer the video, the higher the file size. If you need to reduce the file size for whatever reason, then I recommend changing this number no less than 3. For example, if I select 4, select OK, that is now a 1 megabyte file. Just like that, you reduce the file size. Now, it's supposed to reduce the quality of the video, however, I've never noticed an actual difference. If you guys notice a difference, then you do. However, me personally, and my clients that I've made this for, have never noticed a difference, and they are always happy with the outcome. Of course, final thing you'll do is simply select export.